So in this lecture we will discuss about the silicon controlled rectifier, its construction and working. Okay. So the silicon controlled rectifier is a 4-layer device. So alternate P and N layers are formed. Okay, first a P layer, so next a N layer, and third again another P layer and N layer are formed together. Okay. So this is a 4-layered PN device and 3 junctions are formed. Okay, so J1 formed in between first P and N layer, J2 formed in between N layer and P layer, and last one J3 formed in between another P and N layers. Okay, 3 junctions are formed and 3 terminals are brought out. Okay, one from the outer P layer called the anode, another from the outer N layer called the cathode, and third from the inner P layer, okay, that is near the cathode, called the gate terminal. So this is a schematic diagram and this is a symbol for the SCR. Okay. So SCR is universally called as a thyristor. So it, as I said earlier, it is a 4-layered device. Alternate P and PN layers are formed and 3 junctions will be formed, J1, J2 and J3. So it consists of 3 terminals like anode, cathode and gate. It is made up of silicon and it will operate as a rectifier whose operation can be controlled. Okay, hence it is called a silicon controlled rectifier. During the forward direction it has low resistance, okay, very low resistance during forward direction, and during the reverse direction resistance will be very high. Okay, and it is a unidirectional device, that is it will allow the current to flow from anode to cathode only. It is a unidirectional device. So next we will see the working principle. So here we are going to apply a voltage across anode and cathode terminal with anode as positive and cathode as negative. Okay, now we are not applying any voltage across gate and cathode terminal. Gate is kept open. Okay, so then since anode is made positive with respect to cathode, the device is said to be in forward biased condition. As a result, the outermost junctions J1 and J3 will be forward biased and innermost junction will be reverse biased. Okay, so since the junction J2 is reverse biased, a depletion region will be formed across the junction J2. Okay, so the depletion region means we all know that it is devoid of free electrons. As a result, no current will flow through the device, so the device is said to be in forward blocking state or off state. Okay, so now if we are increasing the voltage, forward voltage gradually, at one particular voltage the depletion layer will get vanished, that is the junction J2, reverse bias junction J2 will break down. Okay, so as and when the junction break down, the current will start flowing through the device and the depletion layer will get completely vanished. Okay, heavy current will start flowing through the device. Okay, so this phenomenon is called as the avalanche breakdown, and the voltage at which this occurs is defined as a breakover voltage. Okay, so when the device reaches the breakover voltage in the forward biased condition, heavy current will start flowing through the device. So if we keep on increasing the voltage beyond this voltage, this might damage the device. Okay, so the voltage across the SCR should not be increased beyond this breakover voltage. So next we will apply a small voltage across gate and cathode terminal. Okay, now already we have seen that anode and cathode are forward biased. Junction J1 and J3 are forward biased and innermost junction J2 is reverse biased. A depletion region will be formed, no current will flow through the device. Okay, so now we are connecting a voltage across gate and cathode terminal with gate positive and cathode negative. Okay, a small potential is applied. So a depletion region will be formed as we have already discussed. So since we have applied the voltage across gate and cathode terminal, some of the electrons from the N layer will tend to move towards the P layer, and similarly holes from the P layer will tend to move towards the N layer. Okay, so more electrons will move from the junction J3 towards the junction J2. Okay, so once the gate current starts flowing, more and more electrons will be injected into the junction J2. Okay, once it starts flowing, more electrons will be injected, and as a result the junction will get breakdown. Okay, J2 will break down, so the depletion region will get vanished and the device will start conducting. So the device will start conducting well before the forward breaker voltage is reached. So this is because due to the flow of gate current. So when the gate current starts flowing, more electrons will be available at the junction J2, resulting in the breakdown of this depletion region. Okay, as a result, heavy current will flow through the device and the device is said to be in conduction. Okay, under this condition, the SCR is said to be in conduction mode or on state. Okay, so once the SCR starts conducting, the gate will lose its control. So even when the gate voltage is removed, the current will continue to flow through the device. So now even when we remove the gate voltage, okay, so the current will continue to move as shown in the figure.